Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Spumelele Zondi with your technology and social media news. Today we're coming to you from Bloemfontein in Johannesburg. Remember that if you want to be a part of our tech conversation, it is SABC Network. Now that's on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's newsnetwork at sabc.co.za on email. Our Twitter poll this week is asking you about the President Cyril Ramaphosa's 4th Industrial Revolution Commission. We're asking you what you think about it. Results of that poll are coming up later in the program. Here's what's coming up in this particular program. SABC News has launched a new application. Is it advisable to own an electric car? We have information about the Southern African Startup Awards, and our discussion is on the Red Bull Basement events. Now, if you want news on the go, well, SABC News can provide that for you with a new application that can give it to you on any mobile device.
The SABC News app has been up and running for about a week now, and Tegan Betzer from SABC Digital News is here with us to take us through this app. Hi Tegan, how are you?
I'm alright, how are you doing?
Great. Please tell us what's happening here exactly.
Well, there's some exciting things happening on this app.
This is us over here with the square logo, with the black square logo. Now, just a word of caution to members of the public. You may notice that there are some other apps that say that they are SABC. So here we've got South Africa TV, SABC Online. You scroll down a little bit, SABC Online TV. That is not us. So you know where to go. This is us over here, SABC News. And if you see that I've already got this installed. So select it. And because I've already got it installed, I can open it up. But what you would do is you would have the install button and then you can access it. So I'm just going to open it up over here. Once I've opened it up, this is what you're going to see. By default, you're going to land on the news section of our app. And just to give you a little bit of an overview of what you can see in terms of the menu options, at the top, we've got latest and elections. And we also have a sub-menu which you can swipe across to get more information from different categories. We've combined all the platforms. We've got radio, we've got TV, we've got web, which is fabulous. So news, you get all the news from the SABC News website. Listen allows you, and I'm going to navigate to there right now. Listen allows you to listen to all SABC radio stations. Another feature of the app, which sets it apart, is our watch tab. We can view DSTV channel 404 in real time. So you don't have to be a DSTV subscriber. You can, if you're not, you can actually download the app and you can still be kept up to date with all the latest news from our SABC News channel. We know very full well that data is expensive in South Africa. So for the time, what we have in this pilot version at the moment is it's free to download. You've got that option to switch between offline and online mode, for example. And then after that, we're looking at data-free options.
What other features should people look out for? Are there going to be more features added to the app or what?
Most definitely. We have lots more to come. Just to give you a little bit of a teaser and a taste of what's to come, we're looking at push notifications and even more sharing options on the app.
Electric cars are said to be very green, which means they're safe and clean for the environment. But South Africa has experienced power shortages in recent times. So is it advisable to own an electric car?
So this is and I quote unquote from our customer who purchased one. He says it's been a tick box car. It ticks every box. If you want the performance, there it is. With a 0 to 100 that is claimed at 4.8 seconds, that is reasonably moving towards supercar territory. It runs alongside our Jaguar F-Type SVR up until approximately 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. So you have the performance of our fastest supercar. Here is the 60 kilowatts charger. This is part of the infrastructure that Jaguar Land Rover has invested vast amounts of money in developing for the EV user, where not just commuting is possible, but your long distance journeys as well. You can view the Grid Cars map that they've installed on their website, and you can actually start planning your route according to where the charging stations are. But all your main networks and long distance travels are possible with the iPace. The more you accelerate, the more petrol you consume. Very much the same here, the more electricity you consume. The very big benefit to this is that whenever you are slowing down, the vehicle is actually recharging its own battery. There is a concern about things like someone tampering with the plug, or perhaps hijacking the charge and plugging in their car for a couple of minutes whilst you're having a coffee. It will go through a handshake process, where once you plug the charging gun into the vehicle, then it latches on. It then tells the machine that it is here. The battery management system responds to the machine. The charger then checks the grid, makes sure everything is what it needs is available. Once both are complete, the charging will commence. You will utilize it very much the same as you do your cell phone. Whenever you get home, if your load shedding stops at 12:30, you can program your car to start charging at 1 o'clock that morning. Whilst the power is on and the grid is still producing all the electricity, you're utilizing that, and that's probably going to be your most beneficial in terms of reaping financial rewards with utilizing EV. The price range is just under 1.7 million starting and ends at just under 2 million rand starting. You then choose your luxury level. From a lifespan perspective, you're now not changing your vehicles as often. You're spending a longer life with the vehicle, considering you have an 8-year warranty on the battery or 160,000 kilometers, which allows Jaguar Land Rover to guarantee that the battery will not deplete more than the original 30% and still have more than 70% of its original capacity. Currently, the benefit to the setup of the battery system is you have the layout consists of about 32 little boxes that have got quite a few cells within. You don't have to take the entire battery arrangement out and replace it. You can just replace individual cells to increase the vehicle's battery's longevity as well as maintain its lifespan. You're worried about electricity now. The benefit is, if you are the person who's looking at investing in solar, getting off the grid completely, this will actually shorten your investment time. Your current realization period for an investment of getting completely off of the grid is about 7 years. As soon as you include an iPace, it brings it down by 2.5 years, so you realize your investment a lot sooner as well.
The Southern Africa Startup Awards are returning to South Africa yet again. This is the second year this event is returning.
We've created, we've now partnered with an investment company called Kaban Investment, with the investment company that is investing in the 3 startups that won last year, just so that we could invest in more startups that will be passing through the program for 2019. We are looking at startups that are between 5 to 0 a year. You can't be more than 5 years, but you must also have a client base. Doesn't matter how many, even if it's one client, but you must already be operating. Our award deals with people that does business using technology and innovation. The winner walk away with prizes. For instance, last year we mentioned that Cascade would just announce that they will sponsor us again this year with free website. They will also give them an opportunity to manage to support their startups. We connect them to investors. We connect them to the world. That we take Africa to the world and the world back to Africa. The most important thing about startups is not just about finance. They need the network, they need partnership, they need collaboration, and we bring all these people together. If you are looking for anything that you don't have solution, we are sure that there is someone next to you that have it. So our prices is not solely focused on money. It's focused on network, on bringing people that you need in your space. We're sure that this year we're going to have more investors that will be looking at investing in this startup. Most startups are not investment ready. As much as they have this good product, they are not investment ready, and that's one of the reasons why Set Up a Startup was created. That's one of the reasons why Kaban decided to partner with us, to support us, to make sure that we can create a curriculum that can get this startup to be investment ready. For nominations opening on the 15th of April, our website is www.southernafricastartupawards.com. You can go through our website. You will find all the criteria for you to nominate. Once you've been nominated, we will have a selection panel that will select the finalists, and then we will open again through our website for voting to find those that have made it to the grand finale.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's a news network at sabc.co.za on email. After the break, we chat about the Red Bull Basement events.
We do not just speak, we let every voice in our nation find full expression in language and in culture. We do not just teach, we empower all people with education. We do not just bring you the news, we place you where the news is happening. We do not just entertain, we take you on journeys. We do not just broadcast sport, we create an arena for sporting heroes to inspire you. Ours is not just a job, it's a calling to ensure that everyone in our nation is informed, educated, and entertained. We're able to do this because you do your part. SABC TV licenses. It's all made possible by you.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Welcome back. Now, Red Bull Basement events bring together different players in the tech ecosystem. They sit and discuss issues. Audience members gain some information. So we asked some of those audience members what they thought of the information they received at this year's Red Bull Basement Hatch.
I think the Red Bull Basement event has been one that inspires social good in entrepreneurs, that while solving problems and thinking of profit, you need to inspire good in other people's life and want the best for the environment in which you live in.
It's actually very nice to be in a space with lots of people who are like-minded and are trying to change the world out there. So I'm actually find it quite enjoyable, and the fact is that I'm learning a lot.
We want to see society improved, we want to see problems solved at grassroots levels, and we believe South Africans have got the potential to do that. We know the technology is available. The fourth industrial revolution is all about access to technology, access to the means to make these amazing innovations.
And I find this event very, informative, because I'm very much interested in tech. It improves every day, and it's very exciting to find out the current trends and how to go about utilizing digital platforms and technology to improve our daily lives.
Misho Ngobeni is the organizer of Red Bull Basement Hatch. I'm going to sit down with him for a chat about this event. Misho, thank you very much for joining us. Maybe if you can start by explaining what Red Bull Basement Hatch is all about.
It's a mini-day conference where we bring in different speakers come through interactive sessions where they share their knowledge, they share their experiences, they do live demos. But at the end of the day, we wrap it up with a bit of hands-on actions. So people get to taste a bit of technology. Those who have never used it get to play around with this technology. They get to build something that they can take home.
Why is there such a need for tech for good?
There's a lot of social related problems across the country. There's a lot of problems from water, from people in the urban areas, townships, rural areas, and we need to come up with solutions for those type of things. We need to come up with ways of solving that, and technology is one of the best enablers to solve this kind of problems, just social related problems. So through Basement, we're able to bring in a lot of guys who are in the tech for good space. So we're using technology for good, basically.
Who are the speakers and how do you select them?
Great lineup of speakers. We've got Stefan Marcy, one of the great tech innovators in the country. We've got Lebu Madise from Microsoft. We've got Steve from Durban. He's a maker from the Makerspace that side. We've got Tom. They do some really cool stuff using balloon technology to teach kids about science and space. We've got one young guy in Kulileko from Soweto. What he does is basically 3D printing and electronics, and he's going to be demonstrating how to use a 3D printer to do rapid prototyping. And we've got some young guys as well. Sfiso was a 15-year-old, and he had to show a little bit of his machine learning project.
You also have a mini exhibition going on at the event, so why did you decide to include that?
The idea about Basement is we don't want to fill the whole day with talks. We want people to go and experience technology, and that's one of the things about the Hatch. You don't just come here to listen, you come here to network, you come here to interact with people, but at the same time you want you to go home and experience, while you've experienced a bit of technology. The idea is to draw people into technology, demystify that technology is scary, but make them see that it's actually quite simple and they can use it to really do some really great stuff.
After the event, you have a maker space. So why do you allow people to play with tech after the event?
We want people to be excited about technology, to demystify that technology is scary. But at the same time, if once you've played with it and you see how simple it is, you are able to be drawn in and want to actually take part in the conversation, take part in workshops. That's why we've got different people like the Makerspace here who will be able to help the guys with training furthermore after the event. We don't want to just be a Saturday thing and it ends here. We want some element of continuity where people can go back and come back and say, okay, I'm interested in 3D printing, I'm interested in electronics, I'm interested in software development, where do I go to? And they were able to be plugged in.
You say you want to demystify technology. Are people scared of it?
People are scared of technology. People think, they don't want to play around with technology. A lot of people, when you hear them, they'll tell you that, well, for me, tech is my phone and that's it. But we want to show them, even the simple thing that you have, like a phone, you can actually do a lot of great stuff with it. And we want to show them that, look, you can solve a couple of problems using technology. Obviously, you don't start off with the technology, you start off with the problem. But we want to really show people that, look, it is simple. Yes, it does take a bit of practice, like almost any other thing. But once you get the hang of it, you can actually do some really great stuff, cool stuff, and you can benefit your communities.
Why do you see the need to bring these Red Bull Basement events to South Africa?
It's in line with Red Bull Social Innovation. There's already Amabigo, which focuses on social innovation, social innovators. Within the basement part tech is one of the biggest things that's happening globally. There's a big talk from South Africa in terms of Industry 4.0, but while everybody's talking about it, we want people to see the stuff on the ground. We want people to start interacting and seeing that tech is a great platform, great technology, great stuff to use. So that's the whole point of bringing it here. But there's already a lot of great makers, innovators in the country. People in townships are building cool stuff in their little corners out there. A platform like this allows them to have an opportunity to showcase what they're doing, an opportunity to network with other people that are doing the same thing, just also to expose them to different type of things that are happening in the tech space.
Please send us your videos about your relationship with technology. You can send them to newsnetwork@sabc.co.za. That is newsnetwork@sabc.co.za on email, or you can tag us on social media. Here's this week's viewer story.
Another nice thing about this camera, it also has a flashlight that comes with it. So maybe if in the night, during the night, you want to take pictures at night, and you also get your flash camera right over here, which takes very nice, very crisp pictures. When you use this camera over here, many people might say, why buy a camera? You can just take pictures with your phone. It has been debated that, in fact, cameras, DSLRs are here to stay. And the nice thing about this, you can have interchangeable lenses, so I can actually take up this lens and change it and get another one, maybe 300 millimeters, which is very nice. My name is Kamaku 4K. I'm a filmmaker, a cinematographer, and also a photographer. Thank you so much.
While painting the nursery and worrying about childcare, Lauren has an epiphany. Medical Aid offers a maternity benefit and 24/7 baby line to talk her through those new parent panic moments. Bring on that mini-me! That's real medical aid. Exciting, isn't it?
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Welcome back.
My take on Game of Thrones, extremely overrated. Extremely overrated. Like, it's medieval times, like we're in the 20th century. But honestly, I'm actually really excited. Like, people have been blowing up my phone about it. It's like, oh, it's coming out, countdown this, countdown that. So as a youth, of course, I'm definitely going to be tuned.
It's overrated. I don't get why people are so excited about Game of Thrones.
I'm not really excited. I only watched season 1. I was like, nah, I don't see anything here.
I'm very excited to a point where I haven't watched the new season, but like I've started to imagine, sort of like create, since it's the last season, I wanted to be like a killer for the closing. So I'm imagining things, a little bit of romance there, some hatred, some war. I'm ready.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Welcome back. Today we are coming to you from Bloemfontein in Johannesburg. Here's what else took place in the rest of the tech space in the rest of the world.
They may look like regular cows, but a herd of Friesman dairy cattle at a farm in England are internet pioneers, and they are enjoying the benefits of 5G connectivity before you.
These cows have got quite a bit of wearable technology on them. They have a collar with a transponder underneath their chin, which is the one that controls the gates and so on that give them access to the robot. So when they go into the robot knows exactly which cow it is, and so the robot then knows, right, I know this cow, I know where its teats are, so the robot arm that puts the cluster on the cow to milk it is able to put it on accurately.
The 5G next generation wireless network can provide data speeds at least 20 times faster than 4G and will underpin advances of the next era, from self-driving cars and augmented reality to smart cities and artificial intelligence. And now heading over to Israel. The country's researchers said on April 15th they have printed the world's first 3D heart with blood vessels, describing it as a major breakthrough in engineering replacements for diseased organs.
For the first time we printed materials and cells from the human itself and created such a complex geometry of a heart. All the hearts that were printed until now, as far as we know, are made from more synthetic materials or other materials that don't originate from the patient itself.
The researchers took a biopsy of fatty tissue from patients using their cells and biological materials as so-called bioinks, or substances made of sugars and proteins. Research also notes that while 3D printing is considered a promising approach for engineering whole organs, several challenges still remain. And now in Ecuador. The parents of Swedish citizen pleaded for his release after an Ecuadorian judge ordered their son, who according to Andean country's government was linked to WikiLeaks, jailed pending trial for alleged involvement in hacking government computer systems.
We also want to ask authorities in Ecuador to release him, as we are certain that he is innocent of what he is being accused of. We want to plead also to Swedish authorities and politicians to help us as much as they